Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Dino Times, and today is kind of a review episode, actually. Here on the channel, I'm your guys' host, Dakota Morgan, your friendly neighborhood dinosaur enthusiast, comic book writer, podcaster, toy boxer, animal caretaker, all the jazz like that today. I have also with me today...
living the Alan Grant
Hello,
life.
I'm back.
Michaela's back. All right, Michaela is back, the lovely girlfriend. We are here today to do something that some people have already done some reviews on. Review bombing, I should say, as well. But we are here today to talk about a pretty big dinosaur thing that happened because Jurassic World Dominion came out in theaters and we saw it opening day. But I wanted to sit with it. Everybody was like, no, it's bad, or oh my God, it's this whole thing than that. But I wanted to sit with it and kind of, sit with my feelings. I've not seen it multiple times yet. I'm waiting to see it with some family members again. Well, some family members who haven't seen it before, so I'm going to go with them to go see it. But Jurassic World Dominion is now out. We have seen the end, Michaela. We have seen the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your reaction to that? Yeah.
Well, like you said, we were kind of sitting with it, and I should have wrote notes on this, man, because I don't know how to feel. Like I was in the feels for sure going into it.
Oh yeah, like that's the thing, and people are like, oh God, like they said it's the ending of it, and people are like, oh, the ending sucks. It's like, well, it's because it's the end of a franchise. I don't know what to tell you. It's the end of a franchise that started in '93, and that accumulated over multiple aspects of cartoons that we watch. Camp Cretaceous is the last thing that's going out there. Books, movies, but for the movie's sake, the movies are done, and
the games
are still going on. So like, there's going to be things that are out of continuity. Well, not out of continuity. They're all they have some out of continuity stuff. But, the lore is going to continue in a way, but through books, maybe a TV show or two, and the games, Evolution 2 just released a Biosyn DLC, so there's that. But moreover, the fact the movies are done. And I want to tell you guys right now, me personally, I know it may seem like, because I'm a big Jurassic fan, a big Paleo fan and whatnot, but I'm going to say the movie was great.
Oh, yeah, I thought they tie it together really well, and I think you were saying how a lot of people felt that way. They were like, yeah, fuck what the critics say.
Yeah, and I looked it up online right before we did this, and I saw Jurassic World Dominion, and a shit ton of YouTubers is going off on, it sucks, oh, it's bad, oh, it's terrible, but I'm like, well, that didn't happen until you guys read the reviews of everyone talking about it, so this is clickbait. Whatever. Jurassic World Dominion, 6 movies it has to tie into here. 6 movies, while also giving us something new, which the dinosaurs in our world
also
never
something
been done.
That makes sense too.
Huh?
Also, they have to have something that makes sense too. They can't just do something like what Star Wars does. I mean, I like what the Star Wars movies do, but
this ended better than the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that's 100%. What I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's like they can't just pull everything out of their ass.
No, and it's like something new. They're like, oh, the dinosaurs are on an island and a T-Rex got to the mainland. It's like, no, these are all on the mainland. That is something completely new. Like, this is also spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the movie yet. Full spoilers ahead. There was a lot of real-world aspects in it, like dinosaur poaching, illegal smuggling, abuse, illegal breeding, dinosaur fights, underground dinosaur fights that are going on. All the stuff that pinpoints, as a guy who handles this shit in real life, domestic and exotic animals, this shit happens daily. Mm-hmm. The movie is supposed to show you stuff that's happening in our world through the power of dinosaurs. Yet people don't like it because they don't want to accept that fact, because we live in I'm not even going to get into it, but it is something that's showing us stuff that is happening. The CIA dealing with the CIA actually has animal crimes division. Like, that is a real damn thing. So the fact that they have a dinosaur handling, like dangerous beasts, they call it, is really cool. And they're like, yeah, we recruited people from the original park. And they showed Lowry and the other girl, too, from the command center from the first Jurassic World. There's that factor of it. There's people dealing with, and you saw Barry came back, too, which was a cool thing. So, they had people come back in this movie. But this movie really tackled science and how you can mess it up. But then the fact of, like, we need to do better. Like, we need to do better in our world.
I think Wu said it best. I messed up, man.
Oh yeah, I need to fix my mistakes. Yeah. Like it is. And talk about a character change. By the way, Wu.
He looked like shit. when he
Yeah,
came back. He looked like he was done. Like
but he had a redemption, and I liked about it. So like, we'll get in the characters, I guess, first. But Wu had the best redemption.
I love it. Woo woo.
Yeah, woo woo. But shit, like his ending with the locust, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I don't know. I think Jurassic, it's not the classic Jurassic movie we know, and I think it's what pissed people off. And like the dinosaurs actually behaving like animals and not having like human characteristics added to them, which I appreciated. I'm a guy who will go, "Oh, it's so cute," to a crocodile because I do that every week. But I still know it's a damn animal. It's a wild animal that will come after me if it gets a chance. Like, there's that whole thing with it, like, Blue going nuts against Owen. Overall, though, I didn't have any problems with the characters. I like the Wanda Wise. I like the new kid for Biosyn, Dodgson's right hand. I love Dodgson. Dodgson was like he was
Straight out of the book.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this movie took a lot from the books. Dodgson straight out of the books. It's like if Dodgson won, because in the movies he did. The villain won in the movies here. He got to have Biosyn become number one. He caused the fall with the nod with the can in the end there and the Dilos. That's because that's the justice he gets.
That I like that nod towards the first one, because that was like karma. That was sweet justice.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Absolute sweet justice. And how he has his like fidget spinner DNA thing. I love that. That was a cool thing. I love the actor a lot.
Yeah, I think he portrayed him pretty well.
Yeah. So, we had that. Owen was great. Claire was great. Them as parents was awesome to see. Zia come back with Franklin. Franklin's like, I'm joining the CIA with Nedry, apparently, but
I like that they brought them back, because I did really like their characters. Even though they were only there for like a little bit, I think that they still like, they brought some sense into it, because he even was like, I'm done with this, Claire, I'm sorry.
yeah, going with the original cast, heading into that, the OG cast, them, Sattler working in plants and botany because she's a paleobotanist. That makes sense. Grant trying to do as much of the fossils, but no one gives a damn because they're all on their cell phones, and I felt so horrible for
I
her.
just love how he's like, God, I hate the digs now.
Oh my god, he's like, by the way, I'm shocked he's actually able to do that, because dinosaurs in our world, I'm surprised people are paying for damn fossils.
Yeah, the funny thing is, they still don't come out of the ground looking like that.
No, they don't. You had your chance, Jurassic, get fucked up. And then Ian, like, giving talk, he'd be a fucking TED Talk officer and shit like that, too.
He's still the same old Malcolm.
Yeah, you know what, though? They made a good, they're like, I'm like, why the fuck is he there? But then, and Ian's like, oh, you hired me because it would lend credence, because if I'm here, that means I give support to Biosyn and your sanctuary and what you're doing. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. That's actually, like, oh, you're not wrong. Because like Ian Malcolm, the fucker survived 2 movies, if he's going to be there and all the shit he did, then maybe the sanctuary is not a bad place. Which, by the way, the sanctuary I don't think was a bad place.
Oh, that place looked amazing.
Yeah, like that was legit. But the Pyroraptor proved that things were leaving. Yeah. They were breaking containment, because the Pyroraptor being there and it's icy when they crashed. Yeah. So character-wise, I loved how everybody got together. They had their fun moments. Oh yeah, you're the guy who trained raptors, and I'm like, yeah.
What wasn't it? I think it was your sister that mentioned it. She was just like, "Man, I wish that Owen was that kid from the first one."
Yeah, so does everybody. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been really cool. That was the tie-in.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. But all the characters. This isn't going to be a huge, in-depth, 3-hour-long review. But I think the characters themselves did a phenomenal job.
Maisie had a character change.
She got explained better.
Yeah.
I think she did.
Yeah.
They went into it. They explained it and made it work. And how Blue had a kid.
Yeah, and I like her character change, because like she's 14 now. She's not a kid anymore. She's starting to think for herself and all that.
And you're a clone.
Technically, she's not.
Yeah, but before she figured out she's not, you're kind of like, oh. Yeah. So there's that. I really, really do. There is like one thing though I kind of didn't like. There's a couple things I didn't like. I was thinking about it. Dodgson not having dialogue stating what he did at the park and how he was the cause of Jurassic Park. I'm kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they did the thing with the can and the Dilo, so it's like, yeah. And if you've seen the first movie,
You want to explain to people how he got the can in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know how he got the can, but the can I think is tying into Camp Cretaceous because in the new season they showed it in the trailer of the can, them somebody finding the can. So I think Dodgson's in the new season, but who knows?
What happened in the Telltale game? Is that
It's not canon.
It's not canon. Fuck you.
Because that thing's in the water. The can went into the ocean. Remember?
Oh yeah, it's been a while since we played that game, so I was just like, wait a minute, that was like the whole reason why.
No, because then there's a Tylosaurus that's running around out there too, probably.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, no, and the military bombed and Rexy would be dead, but instead Rexy gets a family. She meets up with the Lost World T-Rexes, and I'm like, that
Rex
cool.
has been through some shit.
Yeah, she's looking, she's like, boys, brothers and sisters, I have stories.
She's like, I've been around for 30 years, assholes.
Well, they have too. Think about that. If the Rexes from the Lost World have. And those are those two at the end. That's why one was green, one was brown. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that was a subtle nod. So if you paid attention, you're like, "Oh shit!"
But they brought back my feathers in a sauce.
They did.
Fun fact: they're herbivores.
Oh god! Fucking hell! Smack the shit out of a deer. Speaking of animal stuff, people are like, "Why would it smack the deer?" I'm like, I have seen herbivores fuck each other over a lot for food.
That's literally the whole point of their claws.
God, yeah.
Even though they're plant eaters, their claws were specifically designed for defense and all that, so they would do it.
Yeah, and also like foraging and shit too. Yeah. But like it's oh my god.
the Claire and the swamp
the Claire and the
scene.
Water scene was horrifying. That was the thing. This movie was scary. In a lot of sense, like there was sci-fi, there was action, there was drama, there was
action.
Horror.
Yeah.
There was a lot of horror in this. Like it scenes where I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like especially the Giganotosaurus, the Therizinosaurus, the Atrociraptors going on, like
the Pyroraptor.
Yeah,
that was a
Pyroraptor.
great scene when they
people are pissed off.
Why?
Why would the Pyroraptor swim? I'm like, dinosaurs swam, you idiots!
Yeah, most of them did.
Yeah, like the T-Rex fucking swam. We just had a giant documentary on this shit just come out. What the fuck you think it was? Fake? It's fake news. Oh, fuck off.
The plane crashing. I really like the new character, the pilot. What's her name? Kayla?
Yeah, Kayla. Do you Wonder Wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Quets. The Quets was like in fucking Manhattan. There's a nest of them in there. That intro video was
great.
Fucking awesome. That was
the
beautiful.
news one, yeah.
Yeah, the news Battle of the Big Rock.
What about the Mosasaur scene?
Oh, God. Battle of the Big Rock was cool. That was a really good scene, I thought. Like, there was like, oh yeah, the battle. Someone got some other footage of Battle of Big Rock happening. That was awesome. I think like they made the nods. They did all that. Dinosaur wise, I was excited for all the animatronics.
Yeah. There were like I said, there was a lot of action and a lot of
Microceratops. We got to see Site B working. Yeah. It was on a video, but we saw scientists working in a lab on Site B with a dinosaur we never knew was on the island. You know, and then we see like young Maisie, or her mom technically, Maisie's mom there in front of the Jurassic Park gate, like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" It just makes it feel like, yeah, the movies were a real thing. People and seeing all the people in the massive amount of hatcheries there before it like got lost, you're like, "Holy shit!" That's right, because it was the factory floor. They're like, "Yeah, she lived on Site B." I'm like, "Oh, wow." Wow, fucking Ian the Sarah. Oh, you ran Jurassic World, right? Not a fan.
I love Malcolm so much.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
I related to Grant and Malcolm a lot in this movie. They're basically the versions of me. They really are this too. Oh god, my different personalities in my.
I just love how Malcolm's trying to explain to Ellie like what needs to go on, and she's just like, be more specific, Ian.
Yeah, be specific. Oh yeah, the action scenes in there, the dinosaurs, the animatronics. People are knocking the animatronics. There was one scene where I was like, aim with the Microceratops in Site B, but other than that, I loved seeing all the animatronics back. You know, we had some CG animatronic mixtures, but then we had a lot of just straight up animatronics.
The chase scene with
Velociraptors.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that was a good shot sequence for Chris Pratt, who wasn't there for that. He was CG'd in.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he couldn't make it because of COVID. Because this movie was being shot during COVID. It was shot before, and then COVID happened, and so it got delayed, and there was this whole damn thing that happened, and they had to film inside a damn hotel. So it's like, take that in consideration. You know, there's that, and it's a wrap-up. And the ending, I thought, was beautifully done. You know, dinosaurs in our world, things being figured out from the first park, protection, Bileson Valley being a sacred place now protected by the United Nations. Like, a whole fucking thing with it. And, like, there's like a little Microceratops is fucking, like, sitting there in D.C. Like, it's just this whole thing. And coexistence. Like, that being a big thing. Like, you need to coexist with the animals in your world, assholes. Mm-hmm. I liked it. Colin Trevorrow, Emily Carmichael as the writers. and Colin directing, like, beautifully done. I think the movie was beautifully well executed, ended perfectly.
You cried.
I cried a lot. There was a lot of scenes in this movie where I cried. Oh,
It's okay. I cried too. Mostly at the ending part.
yeah. Everything actually went great for these people. Sattler
Yeah.
and fucking
And we saw it.
Grant together, which was everybody's dream.
Love.
Oh, where's Mark? Oh, we're not together. I'm like, yes!
Yes, fuck
Fuck
yeah.
all of the kids are grown. Fuck yeah, you guys can do sacrilege all the time.
And we saw it in IMAX, so the effects were very good.
Yeah, you would be able to tell in IMAX about if
Yeah.
anything was off on it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And so, like, the people out there hating
I
it.
remember the sound scared the shit out of me when it started. Everything started going on fire because of the locusts, because they were being burned.
Oh, but yeah, locusts were a nice part. I thought
Yeah.
the locusts were a very, very nice part of this movie.
Yeah.
That was cool. You're not wrong, though. That was a terrifying sound. The locusts were very Michael Crichton. Like, this movie was very, very much like the books of Michael Crichton, with the locusts, with them eating the crops, and then get their extinction, our extinction happening because of that, because of no food and shit. And then the whole thing of Maisie being like an asexual being. You're like, oh shit, like that happening there. Like, it's this movie, I think, and the amount of dino kills that happen in this movie too. Holy shit. This felt like a Michael Crichton book, and maybe it's because people who are review bombing it never read the books, so maybe they don't understand, and there are people who don't have a love for the Jurassic franchise anyway. So they're like, oh, it sucks. It's like, well, you never liked these movies, or you just wanted to see it for fun dino action, when there's actually more to these movies. You say there's more to Star Wars, why can't there be more to Jurassic, right?
There's a lot of fans around the theater when we went to go see it. Remember?
Yeah, we saw a fucking tour vehicle being chased by goddamn, like, 3 inflatable T-Rexes. Yeah.
I'll get one of those for you so you can wear them. Yeah. I know you really wanted to talk about Dodson the most just because it's him, it's Biosyn and all that.
Seeing Biosyn in from the first book. They're a big part of the first 2 books. Well, the only 2. Well, the 2 books by Michael Crichton. And, they're a huge part of it. Dodson was cut out a lot out of the first movie from his character, not even mentioned in The Lost World. But seeing Biosyn, the company which employed Nedry and was the main cause for so many issues in the books and in the first movie, they're the reason why the park fell and everything went to shit. Because they hired Nedry and started the whole thing. I thought it was cool. I loved it. I loved seeing how that character came back. He thought he won. He's billionaire at this point. This whole thing.
He got his comeuppance.
He did. And it was kind of funny seeing the Department of Fish and Wildlife in from Evolution 2. And they were working with Biosyn. They're like, yeah, we take care of them here. We brush their, we take care of them veterinary-wise. And I'm like, I'd work for them. Holy shit. That'd be an amazing job.
Yeah,
capturing the dangerous dinosaurs and shipping them over. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, but then you got to remember, they were hearing and watching everybody all the time. That's why Malcolm, when she was giving the bracelet to Ellie, he was just like, oh, yeah, I'll get a cappuccino
but that was at
or
Biosyn.
whatever.
That wasn't at the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Oh, I'm talking about Biosyn.
Oh, yeah, Biosyn, yeah. I'd rather work with the Department of Fish and Wildlife, man. I'd rather do that. Take care of the dinosaurs and capture them. Send them on over. It took 2 years to capture the T-Rex. The T-Rex is here? Like, the T-Rex. I'm not talking about any T-Rex. I'm talking about the T-Rex. So, overall, I give the movie a good... Because there's a couple things with Dodgson, I wish would have been in there for the finale. 1 or 2 animatronic scenes, but overall, I love the animatronics in there.
How'd you feel about the Giga?
The Giga I thought was cool. Redesigned from its paleontological design, but that's fine. The dollar still has spitter, so take it as you will. And I thought the Giga was a good dino villain. He's like, I'm going to be the... People like, the battle doesn't make sense between them. Like, they literally said they're 2 apex predators. And if you put 2 apex predators in a goddamn enclosed environment, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah. They're going to fight. But we live in a world of naturally... Try to keep things somewhat nice on the show. Naturally...
Mentally impaired. I'm just kidding.
Mentally impaired people who don't understand nature, to say the least here. Or something along those lines of people who maybe need to fucking watch a documentary or go to their zoo and learn about the animals in the fucking real world.
I like the nod with the
Or a
T-Rex.
museum, actually. You know what? Even a museum where there's evidence of this.
Yeah. I like the nod with the T-Rex with the circle.
Yeah, that was cool. They made the poster. Yeah, they made the damn poster.
And we got the the blue popcorn bucket.
We did.
Yeah.
We got the blue
And that's really
AMC
cool
bucket.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sucker's going to go next to the Endgame one.
Yeah.
But overall, I think gave it definitely a 9 out of 10.
Not 9.5?
9 out of 10.
9?
I give it a 9 out of 10. What do you give it?
9.5.
9.5.
For
All
me,
right.
just because I didn't really see all the bad stuff. Maybe if I watch it again, maybe.
Yeah.
But I didn't really focus.
There's not.
on...
I mean, every movie has its bad stuff, but I mean, overall, I think with as much of baggage as the movie was coming with, yeah, they did good. Which no one's taken into consideration, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. But yeah, no. Overall,
I do wish that maybe like at least one of the kids showed up. Like I know how you and I were talking about how maybe Darius was one of the guys.
yeah, I was hoping about
there.
that, or maybe some
Or
characters
some-
from the
or
books
some of the-
that never made
yeah.
it in the movies. Maybe you could incorporate them, like the Biosyn workers and stuff.
Maybe you could
That's
mention
fine.
Sarah or no.
It's Camp Cretaceous season 4, man, or 5. You never know in the new season if Biosyn is showing up. Maybe they'll show up, but that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But overall, yep, 9 out of 10. What did you give it?
9.5. Yeah.
9.5 out of 10. Wow, look at that. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, if-
9.9.
right, comment down below things you enjoyed about the movie and maybe the whole franchise in general. And if you hated it, just let us know down below too. I'll definitely take it. You guys all rock. Subscribe for more of the Dino Times show here on YouTube and other paleo and video game things as well. And yeah, Twitch, CodaRex97, Twitter at DakotaMorgan3, and Instagram at Dakota_Morgan97. You guys all rock, folks. Remember, science is real.